Did you know that drinking water first thing in the morning might actually cause more harm than good for seniors? You've probably heard that hydration is key to good health, but are you making the right choices for your body as you age? Let me tell you about Maria, a 76-year-old woman who had a habit of drinking a large glass of ice-cold water the moment she woke up. She thought it was refreshing, a good way to start the day. However, for a long time, she dealt with stomach cramps and a feeling of discomfort, often making her mornings feel like a struggle. After making a simple change, switching to room temperature water, Maria noticed an immediate difference. She felt more comfortable, less bloated, and her stomach no longer hurt after drinking water in the morning. This story may sound familiar to some of you. Perhaps you've heard for years that drinking water as soon as you wake up is a healthy habit. But as we age, our bodies become more sensitive to routines that may have worked in our younger years. The delicate changes our bodies go through, like hormonal shifts, adjustments in blood pressure, and a slower digestion process, all make us need a gentler approach to hydration. The truth is, drinking water the wrong way in the morning can have negative effects on seniors' health. And while it's important to stay hydrated, it's just as important to hydrate correctly. The first few hours of your day are crucial. This is when your body's adjusting from rest and preparing for the activity ahead. How you treat it can either help or hinder that process. Today, we'll look at 5 common mistakes seniors often make when it comes to morning hydration. By understanding these mistakes and learning a more mindful approach, you can set yourself up for better health, energy, and comfort each day. Let's dive into the first mistake. Mistake 1. Drinking ice-cold water on an empty stomach. Let's start with the first mistake, drinking ice-cold water right after waking up. Many of us have been taught that cold water is refreshing and energizing. But for seniors, this sudden shock to the system can actually cause discomfort. The body is already in a delicate state upon waking, and the cold water can disrupt the digestion process. In fact, it can cause stomach cramps, bloating, and even indigestion. Take Maria, for example. She used to drink ice-cold water every morning, believing it was the healthiest choice. But she often experienced stomach pain and felt unsettled. After making a simple switch to room temperature water, Maria's body started to react much more positively. The discomfort was gone, and she could feel the difference in her digestion throughout the day. Why does this happen? When you drink cold water, your body has to expend energy to warm it up to a comfortable temperature for digestion. This adds unnecessary stress, especially for older adults, whose metabolism and circulation can be slower than in their younger years. The body works best when you ease it into hydration. Gentle, room temperature water helps activate your system without overwhelming it. Reflection. Question. So if you've been drinking ice-cold water in the morning, how has it made you feel? Do you notice any discomfort or bloating? Taking a moment to reflect on your own routine could be the first step toward making a simple but impactful change. But don't worry, we'll cover more common mistakes and solutions in the next sections. Mistake 2. Drinking water too quickly or in large gulps. One of the most common hydration mistakes seniors make in the morning is drinking water too quickly or gulping it down in large quantities. While the intention is good, the practice can overwhelm the body's systems, especially when you've just woken up after hours of rest. Why is this an issue? When you drink large amounts of water too quickly, you can cause a sudden imbalance in your stomach and bloodstream, leading to dizziness, nausea, and discomfort. This is particularly true for seniors, whose bodies may not handle these rapid changes in fluid intake as efficiently as they did in their younger years. Consider John, a 72-year-old man who often found himself feeling dizzy after his morning water routine. In his rush to hydrate, he downed an entire glass of water in one gulp. The dizziness wasn't just uncomfortable, it affected his ability to start the day feeling refreshed and energized. After reading up on hydration practices and consulting his doctor, John decided to make a small change. He started sipping water slowly over a 10 to 15-minute period, allowing his body to adjust gradually. John's dizziness improved dramatically, and he no longer felt as lightheaded after his morning hydration. Taking the time to sip slowly, rather than gulping down large amounts of water at once, gave his body the chance to absorb the fluid properly without causing any shock to his system. How to avoid this mistake? Sip slowly. Instead of drinking a large glass of water in one go, aim to sip your water slowly throughout the first 10 to 15 minutes after waking up. Small, steady amounts. Focus on taking in smaller amounts of water consistently rather than one big gulp. This helps prevent overwhelming your body and gives your stomach and digestion time to adjust. Listen to your body. If you start feeling full or uncomfortable, stop for a moment. Hydration is important, but it's better to spread it out than overload your system all at once. Mistake 3. Drinking water from plastic bottles. Left out overnight. Another common mistake that seniors often make is drinking water from plastic bottles that have been sitting out overnight. While it might seem harmless, this habit could be introducing harmful chemicals into your body. Why is this an issue? Over time, plastic bottles, especially older ones, can leach chemicals like BPA, bisphenol A, into the water, particularly when exposed to heat. As plastic bottles warm up throughout the night, they become more likely to release these chemicals, which can have long-term health effects, including headaches, fatigue, and hormone imbalances. This is particularly concerning for seniors, whose immune systems and detoxification processes may be less efficient than they once were. Take the case of Frank, an elderly man who was frequently dealing with persistent headaches and fatigue. After visiting his doctor and reviewing his morning habits, Frank discovered that drinking water from a plastic bottle he had left out overnight might be the culprit. The bottle had been exposed to room temperature for hours, causing it to release harmful chemicals into the water. Once Frank switched to a glass bottle and used fresh water each morning, his symptoms significantly improved. How to avoid this mistake? Use glass or stainless steel. Invest in a reusable glass or stainless steel water bottle. These materials are much less likely to leach chemicals into your water and are safer for long-term use. Fresh water. Daily, make sure to fill your bottle with fresh water each morning, especially if you're storing it overnight. Water stored for long periods in plastic bottles can become a breeding ground for bacteria and harmful chemicals. Store your water properly. If you must store water overnight, keep the bottle in a cool, dark place, away from direct sunlight or heat sources. Mistake 4. Drinking water immediately after taking medication. A particularly common mistake for seniors is drinking water immediately after taking their medication, especially when they're either on an empty stomach or have already had a large meal. This seemingly harmless habit can cause nausea or even interfere with how medications are absorbed by the body. Why is this an issue? Some medications need to be taken on an empty stomach to be absorbed properly, while others may cause irritation if they're taken with too much liquid right after a meal. Drinking a large amount of water right after medication can either dilute the effectiveness of the drug or lead to uncomfortable digestive issues. Consider Edith, an 80-year-old woman who was struggling with nausea every morning after taking her medication. After evaluating her routine, she realized that drinking a large glass of water immediately after taking her pills was part of the problem. Edith began spacing out her water intake, waiting 30 minutes after taking her medicine to drink, and soon found that her nausea disappeared and her medication worked more effectively. How to avoid this mistake? Space out medication and hydration. Consider waiting at least 30 minutes after taking your medication before drinking a full glass of water. This allows your body to absorb the medication properly. Consult your doctor. If you're unsure about when or how to take your medication or how much water to drink with it, consult your healthcare provider for specific recommendations. Drink water gradually. If you need to drink water, sip it slowly and in moderation, rather than downing a large amount all at once. Mistake 5. Skipping breakfast in favor of water. Finally, we come to the 5th mistake: skipping breakfast and only drinking water. While it's tempting to hydrate first thing in the morning, skipping breakfast can leave seniors feeling sluggish and foggy throughout the day. Hydration alone isn't enough to provide the body with the energy it needs to function optimally. Why is this an issue? Skipping breakfast can lead to low blood sugar levels, which can make you feel tired, dizzy, or even faint. As we age, our bodies require more balanced nutrition in the morning to properly fuel our brains and muscles. Skipping breakfast, especially in favor of just drinking water, leaves your body without the nutrients it needs to start the day strong. Consider Susan, a 69-year-old woman who noticed a marked decline in her energy levels when she started skipping breakfast and only drinking water. After a few weeks, she found herself feeling mentally foggy and exhausted by midday. Once Susan incorporated a small, nutritious breakfast along with her morning hydration, her energy levels improved dramatically, and she felt much more alert throughout the day. How to avoid this mistake? Hydrate and nourish. Try to incorporate a healthy breakfast into your morning routine alongside hydration. Foods like whole grains, protein, and fruits are great for providing sustained energy. Don't skip the protein. Include a protein-rich breakfast to help stabilize your blood sugar levels and prevent energy crashes. Balanced hydration. While it's important to hydrate, make sure your body is getting the nutrients it needs to fuel your day. Benefits of adjusting your morning hydration routine. Now that we've covered the 5 common hydration mistakes, let's focus on the positive impact making these simple adjustments can have on your health and well-being. By refining your hydration habits in the morning, you'll experience several benefits that can help you feel more energized, comfortable, and healthier overall. Better digestion. By switching from ice-cold water to room temperature water, you'll give your digestive system a smoother start, helping to avoid stomach cramps, bloating, or discomfort. This can make a world of difference for your comfort throughout the day. Improved hydration absorption. Sipping water slowly rather than gulping it down allows your body to better absorb the fluids, preventing dizziness or nausea. A more gradual intake of water helps your systems adjust without overwhelming them. Reduce toxic exposure. By switching from plastic bottles to glass or stainless steel, you'll be minimizing the risk of harmful chemicals leaching into your water, protecting your overall health, especially important as we age. This simple change can prevent headaches and other symptoms caused by chemical exposure. Effective medication absorption. Spacing out your water intake from your medication ensures that the medication is absorbed properly, reducing the risk of nausea and improving the effectiveness of your treatment. Balanced energy and focus. Incorporating a balanced breakfast alongside your water intake will stabilize your blood sugar levels, preventing energy crashes and brain fog, which are common when hydration is not paired with nourishment. Incorporating these tips into your morning routine doesn't need to be difficult. Here's a quick summary of the habits that can make a significant impact on your health. Start with room temperature water. Avoid ice-cold water. Sip slowly and allow your body to gradually adjust. Consider having a glass of water that's not too cold or warm when you first wake up. Sip slowly. Take your time with water, especially in the first few minutes of waking up. Aim to sip over a 10 to 15-minute period instead of gulping large amounts at once. Switch to glass or stainless steel bottles. Protect your health by using reusable glass or stainless steel bottles. Ensure your water is fresh each morning and avoid leaving it out overnight. Space out your medication and water. Take your medication as prescribed and be mindful of the timing of your water intake. Wait about 30 minutes after taking medication before drinking large amounts of water. Don't skip breakfast. Ensure that you're eating a small, balanced breakfast that includes protein, whole grains, and fruit. Hydration alone won't provide you with the energy and nutrients you need to function well throughout the day. Now that you know how to improve your hydration habits in the morning, I encourage you to take a closer look at your own routine. Are you making any of the mistakes we discussed? If so, it's time to make a few small changes for better health. I'd love to hear from you. What's your current morning hydration routine? Have you experienced any discomfort or issues with your current habits? Feel free to share your experiences in the comments below. Your story might just help someone else improve their own health. Remember, it's all about finding balance. By making these simple adjustments to your morning routine, you'll feel more energized, comfortable, and ready to take on the day. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a like, subscribe for more health tips, and share it with your friends and family. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. As you think about your hydration habits, ask yourself, what small change could I make today that would have the biggest positive impact on my health? Looking forward to hearing your thoughts and seeing the positive changes you make.